Today's Tips du Jour mailbag question comes to us from Indiana. Robert, my guitar top has a small crack on the lower bout of the treble side. How do I fix it? Frank in Indiana. Frank, there's a lot of ways to fix it. I've got one on the bench right now that has exactly the same problem. Let me show you how I do it. So here's the crack in question. There's one that runs from this perfing line all the way to this perfing line, and then right up next to the binding and perfing is another small crack that runs all the way along there as well. And there was some misalignment in the cracks there, the two pieces. So I had to fix that before I could even start the repair here. Let me show you how I did that. So because there was misalignment here, I had to get the two pieces to be aligned and flat. Sometimes you just have to get creative. So I came in with a fiberglass rod here, and I came in, just stuck it into the sound hole, and then maneuvered it around in there and flexed it enough that it applied enough lateral pressure to allow me to line those two pieces. When I pulled it out, they were now aligned. Now I can go ahead and continue with the repair. There's nothing worse than having a repair where the pieces misalign. So usually for this type of repair, you come in with a small cleat and place it under there. Since this is a big long crack there and a big long crack there, I've decided to actually create a small piece here that I'm going to put over there. This is made out of cedar. It will match this. And I've applied a couple of magnets to the back side of it. Once I get into position, then I'm going to come over the top with a piece of plexiglass that has a couple of magnets to it and put it over the top there. That will help glue this in and maintain the alignment of the parts that need to be glued together. The next question you probably have is, what adhesive am I going to use? Well, animal-based glues work really well for this, either fish glue or hide glue, because it makes for a less visible glue joint when we're all done. What I've got here in my little syringe that I got from LMI is a little bit of fish glue. The reason why I've chosen fish glue is because it's going to give me a long open time. And it's going to take me a few minutes to do what I need to do here to work the glue down into the joint. Also to get underneath there and put that patch underneath there. And if I were using a regular hide glue, perhaps I wouldn't have enough time, and I'd rather not use the PVA glue for the reasons I mentioned there. So what I'm doing is just working the glue down in the joint there. And just the pressure of my finger is probably enough to get it to work down in there. Also, this is water-based, so it's going to help with a little bit of swelling and help that joint close up a little bit. Although it's already pretty tight. Even had to stretch that lower bout, like I said, to get the parts to align. Anything that's left over then is going to go onto this part of the patch. And it's a good idea to clean up the excess glue off the top here, because I don't want to glue my plexiglass caul to the top of the guitar. That would make the guitar a little bit heavier, and technical term for that would be bad. All right, the next trick is to get your patch in through the sound hole. And the catch here is that this is like Murphy's Law. If you drop that thing, it's like buttered toast. It's always going to go with the butter side down. So don't drop that sucker inside your guitar. And now I just work my way back over here up against the side of the lower bout there. Once I get it into position, then I come in with my caul on the top side and very carefully place it on there. I've got the clear plexiglass so I can kind of see what's going on there. Got a couple of magnets here, and I've got a spacer block in between them so they don't just jump on top of each other there. And I did the same thing on the patch underneath there. A couple of magnets with a spacer block in between them. There we go. Now we're into cure time, and that's going to be probably several hours because this is fish glue, has that long open time. Before you just walk away from the guitar though, it's always a good idea to stick a mirror inside there, shine a light on it, make sure you've got that patch where you want it. And that looks pretty good. I think we're going to be okay with that. So I've left this set up and cure for a few hours. Now it's ready to pull the magnets off. Next thing we need to do is do a little bit of finish repair here. And luckily this is a French polish top, so it's real easy to just come in and do a little finish work on it. So Frank in Indiana, thank you very much for your question. These small cracks are going to happen occasionally. The good news is they're easily fixed. Happy building.